Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk, and I am just chilling here with my coffee. Got a nice cup of coffee, and we are here with Chill Zone. That's why I'm chilling, because we got Chill Zone here. He's driving his LT432, an unassuming light tank, and he's chilling out over here doing the light tank thing. This is a master's class, number 5 with Chill Zone. We're just gonna chill out right here. Be thinking about our gameplay, being very calmly using our light tank in the light tank area, spotting and beating up on people with Chill Zone. So, this is a very unassuming tank, isn't it? He's bottom tier. It's only 2 tiers, so he's not too bad. People might say Russian bias. We'll find out, won't we? Is there some Russian bias? I don't know. The Chill Zone is dropping a little bit of damage. The other 432 sees him, so he bails out of that little spot. Spins around and hangs out in the middle, looking for a shot on the EBR. Takes a hit. Takes a hit from... who got him? Somebody got him in there. It looks like a crit. Just a crit. Spins around and comes back at him. Looks like the west side's in a bit of trouble. I'm sorry, the east side. Directions are hard. East side is in a bit of trouble over there, so Chill Zone chills out in the back for a bit. That 432 really wants to shoot Chill Zone. Looks like we got a Leopard PTA. We'll get back to him later, but he shows up there. And Chill Zone's just sitting back thinking, well, I don't really want to get up front. We've kind of lost over here. The T-71 CMD has run off. Charioteer and Chill are hanging out here, but they've got some shots. Some guys are lit. There's a shot. He did have a highlight on that. Sometimes the replays don't show those things. And the Leopard PTA is now moving around, and Chill Zone says, oh boy, I'm being flanked. Let's get out of here. Oh, look at this. We got a 1375 sitting here. And he looks like he might be clipped and potentially trying to hide and reload. So we'll just come around here. I don't know if that was an auto aim or just a third-person shot. Either way, it was nicely done. Puts another one into him. Whoa, and that was with HE. Look at that. Dropping 289 HE. Nice ammo selection right there. He'll do that several times in this game. That was a nice job. And he spins on out of here, gets out of the HE and goes back to the APCR, it looks like, is the standard. Is that really true, APCR, or has he actually swapped these around? Yeah, it's hard to tell. Mostly because I can't get my stupid cursor to work. There we go. There we go. What do we got here? We got the 176 pin on that. And no, it looks like APCR is the standard. And the gold round, the special round, is just AP. Isn't that strange? I did not know that. It's very strange, actually. So he pushes on back here, and he's going to use his light tank and mobility to come back here and clean up this other 432. Who's had the temerity to move into their backfield. Little bounce, little bounce. 2 432s, some Russian bias on each other. Get that Russian bias up on each other. Now, let's take a look at this for a minute. Master's class on how to use a light tank. Things don't look good, do they? This is normally a recipe for a loss on this map. However, it has to be said, the team in this corner often wins. Especially if the red team is foolish about how they push down in the south. Usually what they want to do is once they win the east is fold back, come through the middle, or get back here to the north and work that. But people who cross here tend to die. That 432 died. Well, let's see how Chill Zone handles it as he is chilling out back in the back zone here. I'll have another nice little sip of coffee while Chill Zone moves around. I told you we'd get back to the poor Leopard PTA who's trolling around in the middle. Now, to his credit, he did not push all the way down in the south. He did come up through the buildings there, but that doesn't matter to young Chill Zone, who doesn't give two somethings about where the Leopard PTA has decided to push. All he knows is he wants to shoot him. Now, a little bit of gunnery buffoonery here as far as not giving good lead fire, but this is where the poor Leopard PTA, who just really wants to kill this ELC. That's all he wants. He just wants to shoot this ELC. He really wants to kill him, and the ELC is running around. ELC is hitting the Leopard PTA. Chill Zone's just chilling out, hitting the Leopard PTA. And this poor guy is getting nearly every hit point farmed off of him by 2 lights. Oh, a ricochet. How does that happen on a Leopard PTA? That was amazing. Maybe hit the gun, maybe got a weird angle, and Mr. PTA is just about done. Yep, there he goes. The standard B finishes him off. And we've made a bit of a comeback, haven't we? We're at 2,736, only 186 spotting, but Chill has done a nice job staying away from the bad guys and shooting them while they can't see him. Now, initially he did counter scout. Fantastic job. Then he fell back. Then he flexed over to deal with a scout who got in the backfield. And then he finds this comet. Look how he just uses this little piece of building right here, this little shed. It is destructible, but at least the comet would have to shoot it once, and the comet's really busy with multiple other people. Still, Chillzone does his best to make sure the guy doesn't swing his turret around and shoot him. And down goes the comet, getting ganged up. And oh boy, now it's 3-2-5. So things were looking really good. The Malshin did a very good job of using his armor and his hit points to keep them from completely overwhelming. Chillzone goes to HE again and rolls a 287 this time on another light tank into the side. Again, a great example of ammo selection. That's 287 hit points. That would have been 2 or 3 hits to get that much. Probably 2.5, but obviously 3 because you can't take a half shot. So he runs in here. He's got his ammo selected, and we got here guy's trying to run around. He's behind things. Can't shoot through that stuff. There we go. There's a 170, and now we're back to the HE. And boom for 288. Unfortunately, out of HE. Trying to keep his front armor. Takes a hit right there, but it's only into the armor. A crit, and now it is 2v4. And the Malshin is still alive, so the Malshin has done a really nice job. Chillzone's going to take a few hit points off the ISU 130. Look for another shot there. Unfortunately, does not pan, and oh my goodness gracious, it is 1v4. 1v4, and somehow, in an otherwise rather unassuming game, we are at 4,300 damage, and down goes the Type 59. He does get hit by artillery, but fortunately it's a splash and not a direct hit. But he loses a chunk of hit points, and what that does is he can no longer take a hit from either one of those 2 tanks. He had a reasonable expectation of living from 1 hit from the IS-3A, but remember that's an autoloader, so he's going to have 3. Now Chillzone runs off. Instead of going at him, he's going to use his standoff, he's going to use his mobility and his camo while moving. Otherwise that IS-3 would have seen anything else but a scout more than likely right there. He actually is able to sneak away, and he's sitting with his best ammo left. He hasn't used it up. The good thing about doing it this way, Masters class-wise, is, and we'll talk about this in a minute, I'll get back to the ammo. When he got hit by the artillery, I was talking about something else, but he actually shifted his view into the direction that the shot came from to get a really good idea of where that artillery was. So what he did is he swung his turret around. You can see the turret line right here on the mini-map, and he fixed exactly where that artillery is that just shot him, and that was a really, really fantastic move. Also, he knew that the artillery was on a reload, so if he moved fast enough, he should get in there before the guy was reloaded. Now back to the ammo selection. End of the game, this is the critical phase. He needs to pen. He's got his gold available to do it. Takes a nicely aimed shot right here, and 195 into the IS-3A. That is going to let the IS-3A know where the shot came from, so instead of standing there and maybe forcing one more shot and letting the IS-3A get too close while he's out in the open, he bails out of that and keeps on moving. Flow back into here, straight up the middle, Initially, I thought this was kind of a bad idea, but the IS-3A is probably running through the forest trying to chase down, thinking maybe that Chill Zone is actually going to go all the way around the long way. So he cuts across the middle, relying on the scout camo, and comes on in this way. Does not light up the 130, so the 130 is a little bit further back on the cap, it looks like. And he's going to come from the direction that the ISU is least likely to probably expect, because the last thing the ISU and the IS-3 saw was him headed this away. And the expectation then would be potentially to come all the way around behind, or maybe to sneak through the middle. He actually comes through the middle and then folds back around to the other direction. Gets a light on the IS-3A. This was an interesting decision to me. It ends up working out for him here. He's going to back up. Let's see what happens here. I'll show you. Sees the guy crossing, takes a shot, and takes some hit points off of him. But what that allows the IS-3A to do is get a little bit closer. And if he has an intention of coming in and circling the ISU-130, it's going to take him a while to machine gun him down, which means the IS-3A is going to be that much closer to getting into the fight. He's going to come around this corner, finds the ISU-130, and this guy's now in trouble. He's got a light tank circling around him. Chill Zone goes that way, slams on the brakes. Oh, this was dangerous to spin around forwards, but it ends up working out. I think I would have been going backwards, but it worked out for him. And we're going to head this way. And then he jinks left. I think I would have definitely jinked right, because I would expect the IS-3A to come up into the middle, and we're going to dodge a bullet here, literally. Whoa! And that could have ended things right there. So I think maybe a little bit of a mistake, but he comes around, and we are sitting at 6,087, 186 spotting, 710 blocked, and he is down to a 1v1. Will he do it, folks? Masters class, 5 kills, chillin' with Chill Zone. I think I'll have another drink of coffee while he repositions. Notice he figures he probably got spotted. He uses those buildings as shields to disappear. Great SA. Looking backwards so that he can use the buildings as opposed to looking forward. Just really a nice little series right there. It's all the little things like that in Masters class that's going to help you out. There's, oh, really could have used those hit points taken off the IS-3A. I thought maybe a little dangerous pushing in, especially if the IS-3A kept charging forward. Probably would have met him right there, but it ends up working out. We are down to 3 shells, folks. 3 shells, and an IS-3A that's on a 2 to 3 shot. Comes around this way. The IS-3A has decided, well, I'm going to try to cap. We're going to force this annoying, pesky little light to come out into the open and take me on if he wants to win. 3 shells, 5 kills. A 1-shot LT-432 against a 2 to 3 shot IS-3A. This was interesting. He actually lights the guy up. As I thought he did. Never mind. He does it up here. He's going to light him as he comes up over top, but it doesn't appear that the IS-3A sees him, so that was very strange. I think the bush was between them right there when it happens. Right there. He actually was going through that bush, or on the other side of the bush, and the IS-3A did not see him. He's lit, so now he's thinking, oh god, look at him, he's moving his directions. He's like, someone sees me. Where is he? It's a valid question. I would be surprised too if I was seen right there and I did not see what had seen me. Now, if any tank's going to do it, it would be a 432 or a light tank. Uses the bush, comes in behind this poor guy. Oh, one of the 3 shells has bounced. One of the 3 shells has bounced. The IS-3A is on a 2-shot. What's going to happen, folks? What is going to happen? He's really just dancing around and dueling with the IS-3A. There's, oh, into the back. Oh boy, IS-3A, look out, buddy. You might want to take this shot, friend. No. Down he goes. 6 kills. Masters class from Chill Zone. 6,412 damage. Only 186 on the spotting, interestingly. Somebody was whining about that earlier on his team. Darn light tanks not spotting. Last shell. Last shell. The good news is that his crew has some extra rations they can break out at the end of this and have themselves a little party. Thanks for sending this in, man. This was fantastic. Everyone else, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you.